In our last session we understood about the basic syntax rule of an ABAP, right, and also ABAP editor. So in today's class we'll understand about data types, very important data types. Okay, so what are data types? Anybody from computer science background? Any of you from computer science background? No one? Okay. Data types are templates, okay, used to provide or used to define the data definition. Okay, used to define the data definition, or let's say data object. It's better to say data object. Data object is nothing but variables, or if you want to declare internal table, or if you want to declare work area. Okay, so then you can use the data types. Okay, so etc. Not only for this, there are so many things that you'll be declaring with the data types. Okay, maybe let's say etc. Okay, in case you want to declare any of this, you can use the data types. Okay, the main purpose of data type is to supply the technical attributes to data object. Okay, the main purpose is to supply the technical attributes to the data object. Okay, so the main purpose of data type is to supply the technical attributes to the data object. Okay, that's what the main purpose. Okay, and then here we have like data type, okay, so under this there are different types of data types. Mainly there are three types actually. Mainly three types. The first one is elementary data type, and next we have reference data type, and then we have the other one called complex data type. Okay, so elementary data type, reference type, and then complex type. Okay, so these are the types of data types we have: elementary, reference, and complex type. Okay, so what is elementary data type now? Okay, so elementary data types are the built-in data types, okay, which means which are already exist in the system. Data types are built-in data types. Okay, elementary data types are built-in data types. Okay, so or we call it as predefined data type. Okay, Elementary data types are the built-in data types, okay, or we call it as predefined data type, okay, means which is already exist in the system, right? So that's what we call it as predefined data type. Understood? Understood all of you? What is elementary data type? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So next, again under elementary data type, there are two types of data types, okay. So one is fixed length data type. One is fixed length data type, the other one is variable length data type. Fixed length data type and variable length data type, okay. So these are the two types of data types we have: fixed length data type and then variable length data type. So what is fixed length data type? Okay, let's understand. I'll show you in the system, but not now. Maybe in another 10-15 minutes we will understand it, but let me just write it down, or in the next class we will understand it, okay. So what is fixed length data type or variable length data type, or let's keep it just fixed length and variable length, okay. So what is fixed length or what is variable length? So fixed length means we are going to fix the memory of an data object, or let's say of an variable at program design time, okay. So fixed length data type means we are going to fix the memory of an variable at program design time. That means the time we design the program, at the time we design the program, we are going to fix the memory, okay. This is the memory it should allocate at the program runtime, okay. When you execute the program, the variable should allocate this much of memory. That fixation you are doing at while writing the program, we call it as fixed length variables. Understood? Fixed length data types. How we are going to do that? Using fixed length data type. Are we clear on this? Hello? Hello? Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is variable length. It will allocate memory at program runtime based on the data, based on the value, based on the data or values we store. Understood? When you execute the program, okay, when you execute the program, so after execution, if you are trying to store some value inside a variable, that time the program allocates memory. Till then there will be no memory allocated. That is what variable length. That means there is no defined memory. You can store any number of data or any number of values inside the variable length data type. We will see, I'll show you definitely in the system. So but just before that, is this theory clear to you, all of you guys? Are we clear on this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So now again under fixed length data type there are two types. One is character, other one is numeric character, sorry, numeric data type. Character data type and numeric data type, we will see both of them, don't have to worry now. One is character, other one is numeric. Okay, this is the two types again under fixed length data type. Under variable length there are data types but no types. Okay, different types. Okay, so we will see that also. And next one is reference type. Okay, so what is reference type data type? Reference type data type is a deep data type. Okay, type used to define object in objects in object oriented or object oriented ABAP. Okay, it is used to define objects in object oriented ABAP or object oriented programming. Okay, so that's what the use of reference. Okay, objects in object oriented ABAP. So if you want to define any object, in that case you have to use the reference data types. Okay, so define any objects. Clear? Object is again instance of a class, so don't have to worry too much today. Okay, so just remember reference data types are used to define objects in object oriented ABAP. So the next one is complex data type. So these data types are built on top of elementary data types basically, or other data types we can call it as. Okay, so this complex data type can store multiple values. This elementary data type can store only single value at a time, but the complex data type can store multiple values at the same time. Okay, but whenever you define in variable or anything with any data object with elementary data type that stores only one values, but complex data type can store multiple values. Understood? That also I'll show you. This data type, or let's say this data type built on top of other data types. Okay, so the data, or let's say the data object can store multiple values of same or different type. Okay, the data type can store multiple values of same or different data type. So any doubts so far? There are two types here. Structure, table type. This is the two types of data types we have. One is structure, the other one is table type. Structure and table type. Any doubts till now? Are we clear, all of you? Again, what is structure and table type we will cover in the data dictionary chapter. So any doubts so far? Hello guys, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So let's understand about variable actually. Okay, before we cover anything, let's understand about variable and then we will go to data type. What is a variable? Okay, so no one from CS background here? Nobody?
I'm from BCA.
Okay, so any idea what is variable?
Variable is the characters.
No. Anybody want to try? No one from CS background? Rakshana? Mega? No?
So I'm from maths, sir. I'm from maths.
Maths, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mega na? No idea. Okay, no problem. So what is a variable now? Okay, so variable is a memory allocated in application layer to store single value. Okay, it's a memory allocated in application layer to store single value. Understood? Understood or not? Variable is a memory allocated in application layer to store single value. Clear? Let's say for an example, just to picturize it for you. So who remember? Sorry? Okay, just to picturize it for you. Who remember three-tier architecture? Anyone remembers three-tier architecture? Presentation layer, then
Application layer,
yeah,
database layer.
application layer, and also we have another layer called database layer.
Database.
Deep. These are the three layers we have, right? Application layer, presentation layer, and database layer. This is what we call three-tier architecture. All layers are connected. So any request that is made by user, that will be coming from the presentation layer to application layer, and if there is a need of data, then the request will be sent to the database layer. Very important guys, don't forget three-tier architecture, very very important. Okay, so now what is variable? So variable is something that allocates memory to store single value in application layer here. Okay, this is what variable. It's a memory allocated to store any value. Okay, in application layer. Understood? This is what variable. It's a memory allocated in application layer to store any values. Are we clear on this? Hello? Yes or no, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now let's see how we can declare a variable in ABAP. Okay, I'll log into the server. This is how we do it. So you have to start with keyword data and then the variable name, let's say f name. You can put any name. F name means first name, that's what I'm saying. You can put anything, okay, whatever you wish to, you can name it, but it's better to keep it in a standard way. Okay, let's say f name. F name means first name. Otherwise, if you want to keep here instead of f name Shini, you can do that, or Aishwarya you want to keep it, you can do that. Okay, so let's keep it, let's name it properly. Okay, first name and type and C. Okay, so this is how you define an variable. This is the syntax to define variable. Okay, let's understand very important statement, guys. You'll be declaring. Without declarations there will be no programming that you're going to write. So let's understand in detail about this. Okay, what is data, what is this f name, what is type and C, data type. Okay, let's understand. So let's say we have four things to separate. The first one is data keyword, very important. Okay, so the next is f name or the variable name. Okay, so or let's say it's a variable var variable, and then the next one is type, and next is data type here. Okay, so you know what is data type. I'll just use it. It provides the technical properties, right? What are the technical properties? We'll see in upcoming sessions. Okay, let's say it is a data type. Okay, so this is an variable and this is a keyword again. Or let's do one thing. Keyword and then keyword, this is a variable and this is the data type. Okay, so now one by one, what is the use of the keyword data? What is the use of the keyword data, right? So the data keyword allocates or reserve the memory in application layer. That's what the purpose of the data keyword. It is used to tell the system, please reserve the memory in application layer. So we call this as a declaration. Okay, we call it as declaration. So what is declaration? So declaration is nothing but reserving the memory in application layer. Okay, it's nothing but reserving the memory in application layer. It's nothing but reserving the memory in application layer. Declaration is nothing but reserving the memory in application layer. Okay, so this is an variable. Okay, so for variable, okay, for variable you're allocating the memory. So you're allocating the memory by using data keyword. So then what should be the name of the memory, right? You have to provide some name to the memory, right? That name is variable name. Understood? Are we clear? The name that you provide, right? The name is the variable name. Understood or not? Hello? Everyone?
Yeah.
Everyone understood? All of
Yes, sir.
you? Okay. So next is type. Okay, I'll come to the type. So now let's say what is the data type now? Who will tell me again what is data type, what it will do? What data type will do?
Templates used to define the objects, data objects.
Right? Data type will supply the technical attributes or properties to the data object. Okay, data type stores provide technical data type will supply the technical attributes to the data object, right? That's what we learned just now. So what are the technical attributes? You will get to know, don't worry, just remember technical attributes right now. That's all important. You will understand once we start data type. Okay, this supplies the technical properties. Okay, and then so what are the technical property that is supplied by the data type, that is again copied to the data type, sorry, to the variable by using the type keyword. All the properties will be copied to the variable by using type keyword. Understood? Understood or not? What is the use of type keyword? This keyword used to copy the technical properties from data type to variable. This keyword is used to copy the technical properties from data type to variable. Are we clear till now? Anybody, any doubts so far? And what is variable now? Variable is a memory allocated to store the value. It's a memory allocated to store the value. So what type of memory it should allocate, right? What should be the size of the memory? All this will be defined by data type. Understood or not? If you are allocating a memory in application layer, the memory should be capable of storing only the characters, or it should only store phone number, or it should only store amount or quantity, right? What kind of memory the system should allocate for a variable, that is what defined by the data type. Are we clear? Any doubts till now? Hello? Yes or no, please? Understood or not, guys? Yes, understood? Okay, good. Okay, so let me show you that in application layer, oh, sorry, in the debugger, the memory allocated. Do pretty printer. Okay, I think the connection is lost. So let's comment this also. Activate, then execute. So now you see f name. Okay, if you go to the memory analysis tab, you see C of 1, that means character 1. If you observe the memory, it has allocated 2 bytes of memory. Some memory allocated, why 2 bytes, you'll understand that. So you see here, it's allocated some memory right now. Inside this, inside the variable, you can store some value. Okay, let's say if I want to store A, you see, I can store. Only one character can be stored, because I'll tell you when we discuss about character data type. You see, we can store some value inside and variable. This is the memory allocated in application layer to store the value. Why it can store A? Because the data type is character data type. Character means, we will discuss what it is. Understood? So far so good? Hello guys, are we clear till now?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now let's understand about the character data type. Just a minute guys, sorry. Hello. Okay, so now you see, if I print, it will only print S. Understood, right? Why it is only storing S, why not other characters? Because of the default length. Okay, system can only store the values if it has memory. If there is no memory, it will just ignore, it won't store. Okay, it will not store, it will just ignore. So now what if I have to store all the characters? What if I have to store all the characters? So then you have to increase the memory size, right? How do you increase? Let's say length 20. Okay, so this is the keyword used to provide or extend the size of, or extend the memory of an variable. Okay, length 20, that means it can store 20 characters. So let's activate the program and then we will see again. So now you see f name. If you go to the memory analysis tab, I'll double click on this. So you see C of 20, that means length is 20. Length is 20 means it can store 20 characters. You see, 20 character means the system allocated around 40 bytes. To store one character, let's say for example, to store S, system needs 2 bytes of memory. To store R, system need 2 bytes of memory. This is what we call fixed length data type. Guys, understood? The memory of an variable is fixed at the time of writing the program. You cannot alter the memory in the debugger, or you cannot change the memory at the time of storing the data. It's always fixed at the time of designing the program. Are we clear on this? Hello.
So that means here, so if you mention the length, then based on the length, it will give the output, right? If you don't mention the length, so defaultly you
Default
mean to
it
say
will
that
take as
it will
1.
take the
Default length it will take it
first
as
byte.
1. Yes.
Okay.
So now, okay, fine. We have allocated 20 bytes of memory. Sorry, 20 length as 20, but only 5 character we are trying to store. What will happen to the additional 15 characters? Extra 15 character, extra 15. Let's say 15 into 30 bytes of memory. Let's say 5 into 2, 10. Only 10 bytes of memory we have allocated, okay, to store this value. But what happens to the extra memory, another 30 bytes, right? It will store the default value called space, right? If you observe carefully here, you see after Srini, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You see, another additional 15 bytes system is storing space. This is what the properties of character data type. Anybody, any doubts so far? Are we clear? Hello? Yes or no, please?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood? All of you?
Yes, sir.
The next one is numeric character. When we define an variable with very important guys data types, numeric data type, numeric character, when we define variable using numeric character, okay, so the variable can store only numbers. Okay, variable can store only numbers. It cannot store any other character. So but the character data type can store any character. It can be alphabets, it can be numbers, it can be special characters, or it can be any numbers. But numeric character is not like that. It can only store numbers. Let me activate the program and I'll just remove the breakpoint and then execute it. You see, it can store everything, the alphabets, the special characters, and also the numbers. But numeric character can only store numbers. The moment I change the data type to n here, you see, just made a change to the data type as n. Now you observe, it only stores numbers, not the alphabets, not the special characters. You see, only numbers it is storing. 8, 5, 3, 4, 6, not these characters. Understood the difference between character and numeric character? First difference. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
If you mention it, then it will evaluate all the characters, right? You meant is
So sorry.
if you mention the character as C, then it will
It will
evaluate
store all
special
the
characters.
characters. Correct. All of it will store. But when you say type n, that means numeric character. It can only store numbers. So this is also default length is 1 and default value is 0, and it reads data from right to left direction. Right to left, that means it is opposite. While storing the or while reading the data, it is opposite to the character data type. It reads in this direction, opposite. Okay, it reads the data in this direction. Okay, let's say just keep it as it is. I'll comment this. We will declare something here. Let's say data pin code type n. Okay, so pin code equal to 5600 or 562121. $560067. So write pin code. Okay, so let's do pretty printer and let's understand how it works. First thing, you are clear, you know what is default length now. If you don't allocate, system automatically takes the length as 1. If you don't store any value, system stores value as 0, and it reads the data from right to left. Remember? So now you have to answer for my question. So let me do pretty printer and also activate. Just keep breakpoint here and then execute. So now guys, you see here it is storing 0. Why? Any of you? Why it is storing 0? If you're not understanding, please ask me. No need to hesitate. You're here to learn, right? Yeah. So why 0?
Base value is 0.
Sorry? Yes, ma'am.
Base value is 0.
Default value is 0. Okay. So still this line is not executed. So it is storing the default value, that is 0. So now I have another question for you. If I execute this line, what is the value the system is going to store? Which value system will store?
One default value 1.
No. Default length is 1. It can only store one value. That means what is that value?
7.
Yes, because it reads the data in this direction. So once the memory is full, it cannot store any other characters, right? So now let me execute and show you. I execute. You see it is storing value 7 only. If I have to store all the characters, then what I have to do? What I have to do if I want to store all the characters?
You need to mention the length.
Increase the length.
The length.
So but I'm only storing 6 characters, but length is 10. What happens to the remaining characters? Another 4 characters will be left, right? What happens to that 4 characters? It will store
0.
zeros. That is the default
0.
value. Yes. See now, and it's storing some zeros. This is how numeric data type works. Any doubts, any of you? Okay, so the next one, date data type. So date format, system stores date in YYYMMDD format. So fixed length is 8 and default value is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 zeros. Okay, so this is the date data type. Okay, okay, so it's very simple. This is how SAP stores the date YYYMMDD. The length is 8. Why I'm saying fixed length here? Because you cannot increase or decrease the length of a variable. Okay, you cannot provide the length keyword. You cannot use length keyword like you used for numeric character, and default value is also 0. Okay, let's say I'll just go and define it. Data. So maybe let's say today underscore date. This is a variable type D. If you cannot use length, say 10. If I use that, system will throw an error saying that you cannot use. You can only use the length keyword for character, numeric character, hexadecimal and packadecimal, not for any other data types, right? You cannot use it. System by default allocates length as 8. So let's say I'll store the date here, like what is the date today? Today system stores date in this format: 2022, year first, then month is 9 and date is 10, right? This is how system stores, and then also write this to the output. Okay, so but while displaying the date to the output, okay, while displaying the data to the output, system always converts it as per the user setting. That user setting is made in SU3. Okay, if you go to SU3, you can see the default settings of the user. If you go to the defaults, you see what I'm saying to the system: whenever I execute, you please display the date in date first, month is next, and then year is last. Okay, so SAP stores date in this format, but while displaying it to the user, it displays in is user settings. It uses is user setting. There are different user settings that you can select here. Okay, so let me show you. I'll keep breakpoint here and then execute. If you observe, today date is a variable. It is storing 8 zeros as of now because this line is not executed yet. If you see the memory of the today date, you see by default it has taken it as 8, and then 8 means around 16 bytes. 8 into 2, right? 1 character 2 bytes. So now if I execute, it is going to store the date in YYYMMDD format, but while printing the date to the while printing it, it converts to the user setting, that is date, month and year. Understood? Any doubts, guys? Are we clear on this? Hello?
Yep.
Okay, so what could be the time format? How SAP stores the time? Hours, minutes and seconds, right? So fixed length is 6 and default value is 6 zeros, 3 6 zeros. These are properties of time. Date and time is easy, right? Don't need much explanation for this. So let's go back and also try doing it again like we did this. Data time underscore now. I'll just say type, it is denoted by T, and let's say time underscore now equal to, what is the time now? It's 7 hours 34 minutes, let's say maybe 20 seconds. Okay, and if I print it to the output, I'm just hard coding it. Do pretty printer, activate and keep the breakpoint here. Okay, let's execute and see the properties. Now you see, guys, time now default value is 6 zeros. If you see the memory, it has allocated around 6, length has 6 it has taken. Even you cannot extend the length of the time data type. So if you see here, it has allocated 12 bytes of memory, that means 6 into 2, right? So now you see it is going to store the time now 7 hours 34 minutes and 20 seconds, and also print it. Not much to explain here anyways, so if you have any doubts you can ask me till now. Anybody, any doubts till now? Are we clear? Hello? Are we clear? Yes or no, please?
Yes, sir.
The last one under character data type is hexadecimal. Okay, when you define variable with hexadecimal, then variable stores data in 16-bit character format. Okay, it stores the data in 16-bit character format. That means it stores any number between 0 to 9 it can store, and 10 to 15 uses alphabets. That means A to F. If system has to store any character or any number between 10 to 15, it uses alphabets A to F respectively. That means A is equal to 10, B is equal to 11, C is equal to 12, D is equal to 13, A, B, C, D, E is equal to 14, and F is equal to 15. This is how system stores the data. This is what we call 16-bit character format. Understood? Again, default length is 1, but here guys, whenever you're trying to store one character, it was allocating 2 bytes, but here one character is equal to 1 byte only. Okay, even in 1 bytes you can store 2 characters. It stores 2 characters. It stores 2 characters, but in 2 bytes it was only storing 1 character. So that's how the hexadecimal data types allocate less memory compared to any other data types. It consumes less memory compared to any other data type. This is mainly used when you want to transfer the data from SAP system to the outside. Okay, maybe you want to expose the data to other applications from SAP, or you're creating any web services or something like that. In that case, this is useful. Okay, you can store the data, or you have very big data and then you want to occupy less memory in the tables, you can store in a raw format, that is hexadecimal. Okay, so that's when it is used. So on default length is 1 and default value is 0 0, 2 zeros, because 1 bytes stores 2 characters. So compared to any other data type, it occupies less memory. Okay, less memory. Let me show you now. And guys, one more thing, you don't have to worry too much, because we don't know how system behaves. It automatically takes the values. Okay, but I can show you some. So let's say data, let's say hexadecimal, I'll just say hexa type X, and I'll not provide any length. So inside hexa, I'll just try to store value called 1. Okay, so next I'll store hexa value called 10. So let's say 10, just to showcase to you, 11, 12, 13. Okay, just I'm overriding the values inside the same variable. Okay, and then maybe I'll just put some more characters here like this. Okay, and now okay, let's have the write statement. Pretty printer and activate. So now you see hexa, the default value is 0 0, that means it can store 2 characters. You can observe earlier for 2 characters length is 1, it was allocating 2 bytes. Now if you see only 1 byte. So now observe carefully. If I store 1, see it's storing 1. If I try to store 10, it won't store 10, rather it stores value called A like this. If I store 11, then it will store B. See, 13C, 13D. You see 13, 12, it's storing value like 20. So that's why I said you don't have to worry too much about this, because we never understood, or we cannot think how system behaves or how system stores. Okay, we just have to, there are other functionalities to convert hexadecimal to normal format, so you don't have to worry too much on this. Just understands, that's all required. So that's all guys for today. If any of you has any questions so far, you can ask me. Anybody, any doubts? Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so
please.
that- yeah. So what is the short key? So we are just commenting the code, right? So what is the short
Shortcut
key
key,
for that?
right? Control less than. Control
Control
less
yes.
than. Let me keep it.
Okay, control less.
Comment and uncomment. Comment. Yeah.
And also you are copying the same data to the multiple line
Control D.
items, right? So control D. Okay, okay. Got it. Same
Yes.
same what you use for Excel. Yeah.
Copy above line to below. Control D. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So
Got it.
anybody, any questions so far, or we are clear till now? Okay, that's all guys then for